bring you love from across the sea, love from her land of mystery. Far eastern sunrise shining in her eyes that are young but very wise. Sandy will hold you in her tiny arms that are full of secret charm. Sandy will warm you when the night is cold. Sandy still loves you when you're old. Come let Sandy love you, Maracan.
You and half the guys in New York under 90. Well, Mike. You don't remember me?
Oh, sure, honey. Why, of course, you know me. How can I forget a face?
Well, for your information, I'm wearing it up here now.
Huh? Oh, Jackie.
Billy.
That's right. Billy Smith.
Billy Jones.
Of course. Billy Jones. Now, how could I forget?
Oh, Mike, with you, it's an art.
Sandy too. Sandy will bring you love from across the sea.
I see you're still a music lover.
Yeah, you know, I hear she's really got it.
Yeah. Just like I had the hives once. All over. For yourself.
Honey, I'd love to.
Very wise. Come let Sandy love you, Maracan. When Sandy love you, Sandy will please or maybe Sandy tease. Sandy is little Siamese. Sandy, oh Sandy, who can Sandy be? My name is Sandy. Is it me?
Sandy. Oh, you are wonderful.
Thank you, Gary.
Look, honey, I have to go back to school tonight, but I'll be in town over the weekend.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting for you.
Where's the dressing room?
That's a little fast, Mike, even for you.
No. Strictly business, honey. Strictly business.
Sure. Right to that door.
Thank you.
Hey, you! Hey, what's the big idea? Come in.
Hello.
Yes?
My name's Hammer, Mike Hammer. Gary Milford's mother asked me to come see you.
I see.
Good. So she asked me to give you this. It's $5,000. All you have to do is sign this. Agreeing to tell Gary to go peddle his papers, and the money's yours.
Please go, Mr. Hammer.
Now, look, honey. If this is some kind of an act trying to jack up the price, you're just wasting your time.
You think that?
I don't think anything. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just a poor private detective who was a friend of Gary's father before he died. Now his mother asked me to do this for her. I agreed. I'm just an errand boy.
It would have been better if Mrs. Milford had come herself.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Then I will go see her.
Well, now, I don't think that would be a very good idea.
Why not?
Well, because it wouldn't do any good, particularly if you really love Gary.
I do.
Well, then you'd just be asking to get hurt more than you are now. You see, Gary's mother, well, she's a great fan of Kipling's. She thinks the East is East and West is West and never...
But Gary loved me, too. Doesn't that mean anything to her?
Aside from getting her own way, the only thing that means anything to her at all is this. Sorry, honey. Good luck.
Mr. Hammer, tell Mrs. Milford not to worry. Gary and I will never be married.
Why not?
What difference does it make?
You're not going to marry Gary, and yet you won't take the money. You must love him a great deal.
No. You know, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have killed you, and I'd have enjoyed it. But not now. Now you're not worth it. This isn't much like that hole I found you in back in Singapore, is it? There's over $60 here. That's more than you ever had in your whole life when I first knew you. How much more have you got? How much?
A little $300.
Where is it?
In the bank.
All right, tomorrow you get it out for me. Then we'll talk about you getting some more.
I can't get any more.
You can if you have to. And if you don't want me telling what I know about you, you have to. I'm on the Moonwind out of Hong Kong now. We're taking on cargo. I'll be here for 3 or 4 days. That'll give you plenty of time. Looks like a nice, comfortable bed, honey.
No, you can't stay here.
Why not? You're still my wife.
Hello?
Mrs. Milford, this is Sandy.
You want to see me? About what? But Mr. Hammer returned the money to me. And he said that you told him...
I've changed my mind. I want the money. I have to have it. If you don't give it to me, I'll have to tell Gary.
It won't be necessary to tell Gary anything. The money will be waiting for you here whenever you wish to pick it up. $5,000. That really takes talent. And I've been thinking, no
A man would be a fool to walk away from a wife like
You
that.
promised.
Did I? I forget.
I can't get you any more money.
That's what you said before you got me this. So I'm going to just stick around and we'll see what happens.
No, you can't. You promised.
And while I'm here, you're going to be nice to me, just the way a wife should be. Come on. Come on. Oh, give me that.
The news of Sam Oxman's murder and the arrest of Sandy was the top story in every newspaper in town. 20 minutes after first reading the story, I was in Pat Chambers' office. I didn't know why, or maybe I did, and didn't admit it. Sandy wasn't a girl you met once and forgot. That was part of it, I guess. But there was more. I felt I had to do something to make up to her for the dirty job I'd tried to do for Sarah Milford.
Well, what am I doing here, holding an open house? It's a waiting room outside, you know.
Now, is that any way to greet a cash customer?
What are you going to do for me now?
I want to see Sandy.
You know her, too?
Yeah, slightly. Looks to me like she could use a little help.
More than you've got to give, Bub.
What's the story?
Read it.
No, that's your story. What's hers?
She admits shooting him.
Say, aren't you picking and choosing your words a little, Patrick?
Meaning what?
Meaning I know the difference between shooting and killing.
It amounts to the same thing. Medical examiner says Oxman didn't die from a bullet wound, but from a skull fracture.
Yet caused by the fall down the stairs.
Which was caused by the bullet wound.
Yeah, well, tell me more.
I got an appointment with the DA. You'll get the rest from her.
Well, you mean that I'd really get a chance to see her?
I'll have her sent to room 5 to get 15 minutes.
Well, gee, thanks, Lois.
You know, you're wasting your time and hers.
Well, we're both young. Thank you, Pat. I got Sandy's story. Not just about what happened the night before, but from back when it really started. 5 years before, when she was way down on her luck and married Sam Oxman. How it turned out to be a nightmare and how she managed to run away from him, go to school, and eventually come to this country as a student. And you lied about being married.
I had to get the passport and visa.
All right. Let's go back to last night. Why did you meet Oxman outside the stage door between shows?
To give him the money.
What money?
The $5,000 I got from Mrs. Milford.
What?
I had to do it. It was the only way I knew to make Sam go away and leave me alone.
Oh, I see. All right, honey. Well, you just keep that pretty little chin up, huh?
Mike, I'm telling you, the girl is lying.
Why? Why should she lie? Why?
To sell us the same bill of goods she sold you.
Oh, come on now, Pat.
If she can make us believe that somebody took $5,000 from Oxman's body, she can have us running around until we're stepping on our own tongue.
Come on now, Pat. You're too smart a cop to believe that.
I'm too smart a cop to believe anything but the facts.
All right, get the facts. Call Sarah Milford. Ask her if she gave Sandy $5,000.
I've already asked her.
And what'd she say?
She didn't give Sandy a thin dime.
Well, there must be some mistake. Sandy couldn't have killed that man.
Not just that man, Gary. Her husband. And she's already admitted that she shot him. Oh, Gary, please go on back up to school and don't get mixed up in this. Heaven knows it was bad enough before.
Before what, Mother?
You know what I mean.
Sure I know. Some of your best friends are people. Hello, Mike. Come in. Hello, Gary. Is your mother home?
Well, Mike, what are you doing here?
It's about Sandy. What about her?
Mike, you promised.
A lot's happened since I made that promise. Promised what? Not to let you know that your mother tried to buy Sandy off. Buy her off? She offered her $5,000 to tell you to go fry your ears.
Gary, I was only...
I made the offer the night before last. Sandy turned it down. And then his husband of hers popped up. She had to have some money to buy him off. Sandy says that she telephoned your mother, told her that she'd reconsidered and picked the money up here yesterday evening. Your mother told Captain Chambers that isn't true.
And it isn't.
Mrs. Milford, what have you got to gain by lying, now that Gary knows what you were trying to do? Did you give her that money?
Oh, what difference does it make?
The difference might mean Sandy's life. Well.
All right. Yes, I did give it to her. But I told Captain Chambers I hadn't because I don't want us to get involved in this filthy mess. Oh, Gary, I was only doing it for you, to try to keep you from ruining your life over this girl. Gary, please try to understand. I was only doing it for your sake. Mike.
Gary went back to police headquarters with me. While he visited Sandy, I had another session with Pat. He was willing to concede that Sandy had told the truth about giving Oxman the $5,000, but he refused to admit that the missing money was as important as I thought it was.
Mike, anybody could have taken the money. Some stumble bum wanders into the alley, trips over Oxman's body, sees the money, pockets it, and stumbles off. Oh, where do we start looking? Who do we start questioning?
On Oxman's ship.
There's a crew of over 40 on that ship, and it's scheduled to sail at midnight.
Can't you stop it?
On what evidence?
On what evidence?
All right, so Mrs. Milford did give Sandy $5,000, and Sandy did give it to Oxman. But we've only got her word for that. The fact that you and I believe it doesn't make it evidence.
What you mean?
I mean I won't stop the ship.
Yeah, Pat was right. Before he could cut through the red tape he'd run into to keep a British ship from sailing, the freighter would be halfway back to Hong Kong. With the kind of odds I was bucking, one starting place was as good as another. I picked the Club Orient. The club was just getting ready to open for the supper trade, but without its star attraction, it seemed a cinch it would be about as busy as an undertaker at a health resort.
Hi, Mike. I was just thinking about you. Look, there won't be enough people around here tonight to work up a game of solitaire, so why don't I take off and then we could...
Yeah, just relax now. I just want to talk to you.
Oh, great. I know just the spot.
It's about Sam Oxman. Have you ever seen him in here?
Not as far as I know.
Oh.
It's a little place down 8th Avenue.
Yeah, look, I was hoping you might have seen him in here with somebody.
No, I just saw him there once when he was lying out in the alley before the meat wagon picked him up. Look, it's called the Booby Trap. Come on.
Oh, what is?
The place we're going to go talk.
Oh, honey, we're all through.
We are?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you don't want to talk, we could go up to my place and...
What happened here?
You mean Sandy's picture?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some creep tore it off the other night, and we just haven't got around to put another one up. Guess soon after now.
Well, who was the guy, you know?
Took the picture?
Yeah.
I don't know. Souvenir hunter, I guess. Now, they take anything. You won't believe this, but one night I lost my...
I'll just bet you did. Tell me, honey, what was he like? What did he look like?
I thought you said we're all through
Oh,
talking.
come on now, answer me.
Okay. He was a sailor, a merchant marine.
Yeah. When? What did he look like?
Well, I didn't get too good a look at him, but he was about medium height, and he sort of dark, and he had high forehead, and he had big, broad shoulders, and I really can't tell you anything else.
Thank you.
Oh, there is one more thing I could say, but I'm too much of a lady.
Billy's description wasn't much. Maybe it wasn't anything, but I had to take what I could get. The SS Moonwind was docked on the Hudson River near Midtown. I braced the captain with the description Billy had given me. The captain started out by naming 5 men it could fit. But the more we talked, the smaller the list became until we were talking about one man, a deckhand named Jack Slade. The The captain asked that Slade be sent to his cabin, but there my luck ran out. Slade wasn't aboard. He was out in the town somewhere and didn't have to report back until just before the ship sailed. I went back to the Club Orient and drafted Billy to help me with the stakeout I planned on the dock near the Moonwind.
You don't have to drive me, Mike. I enlist. Oh, let's take my car. It's almost out of gas.
Check and see if this guy Slade is aboard yet.
And if he isn't?
I think we may have a long wait ahead of us.
Oh, don't worry, Mike. I'll think of something we can do to kill time.
I'll bet you will. Slade hadn't returned. I had to keep telling myself that I wasn't wasting time, that Slade was the guy Billy had seen taking Sandy's photograph from the poster in the lobby, and that he hadn't taken it just as a souvenir. I went back to the car. The crew of the Moonwind started returning to the ship. 1, 2, 3 at a time. To get to the ship, the men had to pass the car. There was no other way to get aboard. Sooner or later, Slade would come by. But he was making it later, and later, and later. And Billy was making it tougher and tougher to keep her happy. The only solution was to be happy right along with her.
Mike?
Mm-hmm.
That was him.
Who?
The guy that just passed.
Where? You Slade?
Yeah. Hey, what is this?
Come on with me. Get out of the car.
That's him, Mike, I'm sure.
Yeah, so am I.
That's fine.
Get inside the car.
What is this, a holdup?
Get in the
Where
car.
are you taking him, Mike?
Somewhere we can talk privately. Drive back to the club. Get in the car.
What are you bringing me here for?
What, not look familiar?
No.
No? Get upstairs, Hank.
Go on, run. Look, I don't know what you're after, but you got
I'll
no
tell
right.
you what I'm after. The truth about what happened to Sam Oxman in this alley.
How should I know?
How should you know? There's $4,978 in this roll. Now, that's just too close to being an even $5,000 to be a coincidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You took this money off Sam Oxman after Sandy shot him, didn't you?
Now, you're crazy. I won that in a poker game.
I'm going to give you exactly 5 seconds to tell me the truth. And if you haven't by then, you're going to wish you had never been born. 3.
Look, you let me go.
4.
You got no right to be...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to talk now, Slade, or should I take you up to the roof and drop you off? 1, 2.
Okay. Okay, I'll talk.
Take your time. I'll be right down. Sandy's trouble with the police was straightened out the next day. Her problems with the immigration authorities took a little longer, but a marriage license wrapped that up.
Man tonight.
Oh, tonight he's only second best.
Love my love so true. Though my love is far away, in my heart he'll always stay. And